set your working directory to home. Is this where you have your data? I can see on the on your environment, Start Clinic. Can you click on Start Clinic and let me see what you have in that folder? No, you will click on the blue icon. That is when you RLab, open that. And this is where you have your file. So this is what I want you to now copy. So now go to the more icon, the settings icon. Yeah, like click copy file, copy folder part, copy, click on that. Now come back to your console. Just use the up arrow. Now go and try to edit delete what is in that within that now paste. Now click enter. Now you set your working directory. So if you so that's how you set your working directory. You know that this is not home again now. It is you can see that it is directly within that lab. If you use the use the home key and the up arrow key to like get to the last function, get WD. Now enter. You see now that it has changed from what you have before when you first used the get working directory, because you have changed from document to this RLab. Now that we've set up, now let's just move on. What we want to do now is that we first want to like do some basic we want to import the data that we have, because we've set the working directory. Now we want to import that data and work with that data that we have. So the data we want to work with is height.csv. Having .csv means that it is an Excel file, and then the library that we are going to use to import this type of file from what we did last week is the readr library. So we want to load that library first. So you type library. Library is the generic function for R. And you type lib and you use tab, it will bring out a list of all other options for you. And then you just click on library. Click on library. Okay, now type read. You can use tab once you begin to and I put R and then enter. Have you not library R? Have you not installed this package?
Quotation marks, the quotation marks are missing, maybe that's why.
What is missing?
Quotation mark inside the library, inside the bracket, quotation mark read R.
It's not needed, actually. It shouldn't be needed.
Okay.
I don't know why you're having that error. Wait, okay. Can you please run? Wait. In the chat box, can you run this code? Can you copy and run the code and then try to read through?
Sorry, how do I run it?
Just copy and paste and then press enter.
Okay, this way. Still the same.
What version of R are you on? I don't know. Can I share my screen and we just move on, because we're running out of time. Because we will spend a lot of time to troubleshoot these things. So it's a base R function, so it is not like it doesn't come with any package or something. So that's why I'm wondering. So that library is a base R function, and then you read R. My own challenge is that if you run this, I don't have any error. But I'm not going to use read R because I have that. Okay,
Can I share your screen, sir?
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Can you see my screen now? Okay. So library, read her. Okay, now I've opened the library. Since I have that, I've loaded that library now. I'm able now to use the read function to bring in the data in. So now let me say I want to assign that, because when you want to bring in your data, you just want to load, you just don't want to load it. You want to assign it directly, like you are just assigning any variable. Let's say you want to assign py, or let's say you want to assign it to, like we did last time, and then maybe let's say 1, 2, 3 or whatever. So the same thing when you want to import, you want to assign it to a variable, because you still want it is that variable that you'll be using to be calling that particular data when you need it. So you want to assign it to, let's say, ht, like representing height. So when you ht, and then you want to read our file, so you just say read. When you have a lot of read, so you read CSV, because the CSV that you want to read. So as you put CSV, you copy this pathway again. You copy here again. But now you are in that start folder, in that start clinic, your folder, but you want to specify what should be read in that file. So use your /. As you /i tab, it brings the name of the file as CSV. So you're telling her that it should read this file that's in this folder directly into this HT. So you click enter. Now you've seen that as soon as you have that, I'll run that program, and then you have in your environment up here that file. This is the name that you give it, and it has 96 observation of 5 variables. Okay, and then you also have some additional information here. Okay, but so if you want to like have a brief look like we did last time of what is there, you can use the head function. Then you now use the HT. Now that is why you try to assign it to HT instead of now typing height. Now because you have assigned it to HT, you just use HT. Like you just want to see the head. So this one will just give you the first bit of row and the file. So this is all the variable, and then at the column you have this, and then you have the ID, you have height, you have I2, and then you have IGT 100. Okay. So this is what you have here in your as like to give you like how the data is, but you should understand that these are not all your data. It is 96 observation, and you are only being shown 6 here. So it's still continue, but you only want to use the head to just see like the first observation. Then also you can actually now maybe limit this to like, instead, okay, you just want to see maybe the first 3 rows. Okay, you don't want to see up to 6 rows. Or if you want to see more than even 6 rows, so you can just say add, then the file that you want to look at, and then you now use n number of rows, which will now be either 3, it is showing you 3 rows, or you can change this to maybe you want to see the first 10 rows and change this to 10. You're saying the first 10 rows of the file. So as you can limit what you want to see, you can play around with that. Okay, so that is. Before you start want to work, you just want to like look at what your data that you have look like. Am I working? Am I too fast? Please just bear with me. Let's move quickly. We are. Let me just move on. Okay, thank you. So now, let's say we can want to also say you want to look at your variable. You might have a data set like that, and then you might have a different type of variable, because character, like you have some variable that character, and then some are maybe numeric. But but if you want to know what type of data is actually in a particular variable within your data set, you can use a function that is called like structure. So now, like, okay, you want to know what is the structure of this variable within this data set? Your data set is HT. So the variable that you want to look at, you see, as soon as you type HT and then you use the dollar sign, which means like it's like piping. You are telling person information within HT I want to look at. See, it brings up all the options of what are in that HT file for you. So I want to look at what is the type of what is the type of file that I have variable that I have within height. If I put height, it returns. It's telling me now that it's a numeric variable with 1 to 96 observation, and then it shows the first few ones. Okay, if I repeat that now and I choose another variable there, let's say, I have height 2. Okay, this is also a numeric variable, and then this is the first few observation. So I can try to know, okay, let's see, I can change this also for, I think I also have height GT100. Let me see what that one will bring out. You can just play around like, okay, this, okay. This is also numeric variable, okay. And then these are the first few number, 0011100, like that. That is the data that file. That's really like you trying to look at your data. Now, now let's say we want to like do some little bit of mean median mode of this data. When you want to do each of these variable. So you want to you have that. What you want to do is that you want to find what is the mean height. So you just use the mean function. Okay, then your data is in HT, and then the variable you want to find the mean of, let's say it is the height. This is your mean height. Okay, and then if it is maybe the second one, the second height, this one, this is your height. This is the mean. So you use this function. Okay. So you use the dollar function to select the particular variable or the particular column that you want to work with within your data frame. So the same thing with the median. Okay, just the only thing that is different is what you want to do. So height, you run that, then you have your median. Before doing this, I will do the normal thing when you have your data like that. Your basic thing is that you first have to rank them, and then before you can find, especially if it is the median. But you don't need to worry about that. This one will do that by themselves, and then it will bring out the this thing for you. But the thing is that R does not have an inbuilt mode function. So you have to like first create it. Hello, can you?
We lost you for a few seconds there, but you're back on.
Us.
And you stopped sharing.
Okay, sorry, I don't know where did I stop?
Can you pull? Okay, your screen is back. Yeah.
Where did we get it up onto the median? Did we get it up onto the median? Okay, the mode. Okay, yeah, the mode. I said I was saying R doesn't have an inbuilt mode function like you have for the mean and median. But then the script that you need for it, you don't need to be worrying yourself about it. You can just go online and then you can find this script for getting the mode of R. But all you need, so if you create it, and then and I think this is simply because you will use this script. I will just copy and paste. So you can just copy also and paste that. That is like the standard for creating mode. Now, once you use that, you'll now be able to use this get mode function instead of the min and median. So this script that I share with you is just for you to get this get mode function, and then you just still replace it with this your item, the function that we used before. So I'm just going to change this with this. Okay, I've not run this before. Let me run the one that I share with you. Okay. So having run that, I will just change this with get mode. Okay. And then I have my mode for this thing. Are we following? So that is just the basic mode and everything. So all these things that we are doing, you know, instead of just doing median, instead of just writing median and have it as 100, I might still want to use the median in another in a downstream calculation. I can just say my median equals to median is height. Okay, so I assign this same thing that I have. I assign it to my median so that when I need it, I don't need to be typing it again. I will just record this my median. If I just record this my median now, to give me the value, which is the same thing. I think I'm seeing some hands up. Tayo.
Hello. Hello.
Go ahead and ask the question. We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening. Yeah. Please, if it's within the scope of this class, I don't mind if you could just walk us through the function you created, the get mode function. You know, just explain a little. You might not need to explain in details, but we understand that HAR does not have the function for code for our mode. But you could just walk us through it briefly. We don't have to be an expert in it, but just explain to us what the function does, the unique, for example, is that unique variable or get unique values. Just explain, just briefly, thanks.
Dr. B, are you there? Oh, there he is. You're muted if you can hear us.
I don't know what is happening with my data this evening. My network rather. No, Wi-Fi. So I don't know where.
You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm sorry, apologies. I don't know what is my network is acting up this evening. So I believe did we get my explanation of how to assign calculation to under a name, like the example of my median that I did?
Yes, we could hear you at that point. But someone asked a question about, you said R does not assign mode but they want to understand what, I believe they want to understand that question. I think, Bayo, did you want to ask your question again, just in case I didn't get it right?
Okay, yeah, thanks. I'm not sure if it's actually within the scope of this class. I understand that you don't expect us to be a guru in R, programming language, just within 5 weeks. But basically, I don't mind if we just walk us through. I understand why you needed to create a function, but just a brief overview of what the function is doing. For example, get the unique values I could see there. They match. It doesn't have to be in depth, but just for us to just have an understanding of what it's doing. And if we could just keep the script you've created and we could apply it to any data, any kind of data set that we might come across in the future, or what we need to tweak. If you come across another data set in the future and I need to tweak the function, which part of the function do I need to tweak in order for me to actually get the result I wanted to get? So if you have a basic understanding of what the function is doing, then we might know how to actually manipulate it when you come across another data set. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. For the functions that we have used so far, I think it's just the mean, median, and mode. Every other one are like the head. Those are just basic, and I don't know. There is no understanding of. There's nothing that you actually want to save as a script that you want to edit in there. Of course, you might say you want to save maybe the head, but it's just a function that you can just recollect, just call, just like maybe your summary or your find or what in Excel. So you don't actually need to save that. But these, like I said, the mean and the median, we can just call the mean and then put your data, your data set or whatever, and then you get the value. But R does not, and then the same thing for the median, but R does not have an inbuilt, R does not have an inbuilt function to calculate mode. Your mean and your median are inbuilt in R, but the mode is not inbuilt in R. So for you to calculate mode for any data set, you will need to create the function first. And so the script that I pasted in the chat is the script that you use to create the mode function. You can save that. If you want to save that, what you need to do is just to come here, new file, new R scripts, and then you paste it here, and you may save it maybe somewhere in your folder where you are working, and then you know that you have that's the script that you use to create the mode function. And when you need it, you can just copy it, and then you can put and then run it again, and then before you'll be able to call that mode function, and then be able to use it to apply it to that particular data set that you want to find the mode. And then I said, like, you can actually easily get it also when you search it online. So that is that. Do I answer your does that answer your question? For the mean, how the means work, I don't know. The mean is the average. Like that is just the standard means that we do, and then like the median, like that's just the average. The mean, like they say, the median is like the middle number of your data set after it has been ranked. And then the mean is your summation FX over summation F. Or the mean, maybe the average 2 plus 2 plus the number of occurrence or number of frequency that you have each of them, then to divide by, and then you use that to divide the summation of all the data set. Like that is the mean. So I don't know if that is your that answers your question.
Yeah, and I just want to point out, if you want a refresher on the measures of central tendency, there is a video that you can watch, and it gives you a more in-depth explanation of mean, median, and modes. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you.